Hey, my bold and the beautiful fans, let's talk about today's episode. Hope and Steffi debate about their moms. Eric demands Ridge to choose between Brooke and Taylor. And when he returns, Brooke and Taylor tells him they've already made a decision. Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS Soaps, both the young and the restless, and the bold and the beautiful. This is your bold and the beautiful recap for December 14th. And without any further ado, let's talk about what happened in LA today. So let's go over to Forrester Creations because someone's home. Taylor is home. And Steffi is thrilled when her mom shows up. Now, Steffi has so much to tell her, but first asks how she's doing. And she says she's doing okay. And she and Ridge went their separate ways. Now, she sorted through some of the anger and tried to understand some of her questionable choices. Now, Steffi wishes Thomas hadn't made that call to CPS. Now, Steffi will push her to her father again. And she got caught up in the moment, and though she still wants them to be together, she says she won't press it anymore. So now Taylor says Ridge is coming home today, and Steffi feels terrible that she told the truth. Taylor was like, no, somebody had to, and I love the fact that you did that. Now Steffi urges her mom to think about what she deserves and be self-loving and self-respecting. And if it's dad, great, and if it's not, great too, and they embrace. Now, across the hall in the design room, Brooke can't believe that Steffi ran right into Sheila at Il Giardino. Now, they back to being on high alert with added security. Now, Hope asks if Ridge knows, and Brooke says no because Steffi didn't want to worry him. And now he's also on his way home today. And Hope also asks how that makes her mom feels. Now, Brooke says Ridge has apologized, but that doesn't mean that things can go back to the way they were. Ridge needs to do some soul searching, and she hoped that he has. Now, after the conversation with Hope, and while Taylor is doing some work, Brooke finds her on a work call in the CEO office, and she is surprised to see her. Did she plan to come the day Ridge is coming home? And of course, Taylor mocks her for not asking how she's doing. Brooke quickly brings up Taylor deceiving Ridge and the CPS call that Thomas had made. Now, Taylor didn't want to be with Ridge by default. Brooke says Ridge leaving her and ending their marriage was based on a lie. And Taylor says that it seems like that, but the love that she and Ridge share is real and special, and nobody can take that away from them. Now, you know, Brooke purses her lips. She kind of have this weird smile. Taylor also says she loves her son, but she feels awful of what Thomas did to Brooke, and Brooke believes her.
Ridge, what Thomas did as soon as I found out, and I didn't, and promised you the wedding that you've wanted for so many years. I didn't want it like that. That phone call changed a lot for both of us.
Indeed. You know, when I was in Aspen, which kept telling me to just say it. Of course, I had no idea what he was talking about until I found out what Thomas did. How he called Child Protective Services on himself. So Ridge leaving, ending our marriage, was based on a lie and a manipulation.
That way, doesn't it? You know, but I also know that, what Ridge and I have, the love that we share, is real and very special. And no one and nothing is ever gonna take that away from us.
Now, I was like, oh boy, here we go again. But they actually started to bond on how much they have in common.
Oh, that's one thing we have in common. Probably the only thing.
Oh, you know what else we have in common, Brooke? We both love our kids.
Yes, that's true. But when it comes to Tom,
I love my son very much. But I hate what he did to you. I hated it was awful what he put you through. I truly feel terrible about that. I actually believe you mean it. Good. Because I do. For you to lose Ridge the way that you did, because Thomas put the final nail in your marriage coffin.
That never would have happened. Ridge never would have left me. He wouldn't have gone to Aspen. There wouldn't have been annulment papers.
Oh God, it's just so confusing. And Thomas has a lot to make up for. He really does, but I don't even think he understands the damage that he's caused. But right now, Steffi is furious with her brother.
I am very grateful for Steffi stepping up the way she did. No, she didn't do that for me, but it did cost her. I'm probably very proud of her.
My daughter is amazing. She did what I should have done, you know. She saved the day. And I love her so much for that. And you're right, it did cost her. She was so close to having her parents married again.
Probably won't happen now.
So they're laughing, talking about old history, and if it was up to me, they should have kicked him to the curb a long time ago, but we'll talk about that later. Now, over in the design studio, Steffi arrives and catches Hope on a call to Liam talking about Sheila. Now, she gets off the phone, and the women talk about Sheila's return and their mom and Ridge's return, too. Now, Steffi calls Baker to see if there's any news about Sheila, and when there is none, then she starts ranting to Hope. They can't get into the whole holiday spirit because of Sheila Carter. Now, she's bummed that her parents will have to hear about it soon. Hope and Steffi wish Thomas hadn't deceived everyone. Steffi says Taylor would have told her dad the truth after the wedding, but he still loves her mom. Hope says that, well, still, if it wasn't for Thomas, Ridge and Brooke would have probably still been married. Hope believes he's coming back for her mom. So now up above in the clouds in the friendly skies, we see Ridge is on the company jet drinking while flashing back to loving times first with Taylor in Aspen and in Monaco. And then he also flashes back to Brooke and all his romantic times with her as well. And then his phone rings, taking him out of that whole fantasy. It's Eric, and he's calling Ridge, telling him he don't know what he wants to do. Now, Eric says, you know what, this is enough. Enough is enough of this going back and forth. You need to commit to one of them.
You need to commit to one of them. You need to make a choice. Enough of this going back and forth. Is it Brooke or is it Taylor? What's your decision?
Well, Ridge, that decision might be made for you. Anyway, Trevor the pilot comes out into the cabin and Ridge thanks him for doing a good job. He goes, Ridge grabs his phone, and then all of a sudden a text message comes in. And then he arrives over at Forrester where he finds both Brooke and Taylor, and he is looking so confused, like what the heck is going on?
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Am I interrupting something?
No?
Because if I am, I
You're not interrupting anything.
Okay, when did you get back?
I got back earlier today. I didn't know that you would also be coming home.
So, how was your flight?
It was uneventful. How are things here?
We're all hanging in. Right, Taylor?
Yeah, we're doing good. Did you have a good time away?
It was productive, but I missed both of you guys.
We missed you too.
What's going on here? I got a text when I was getting off the flight, and I assumed it was
Yeah, that was from both of us.
Okay, cool. What's going on?
I'm gonna assume you're back because you've made your decision, or you're gonna choose. But I guess we have something to say about that. We do?
Well, Ridge, I don't know if you've made a decision, but look like both these ladies, both Taylor and Brooke, has. And it left us with this cliffhanger because they got something to say about it. They've made a decision, so we have to stay tuned tomorrow to find out. Okay, so there you have it, your bold and a beautiful recap for Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. If you haven't checked out the Young and the Restless recap for today, it has been uploaded to the channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.